and see what I'm doing over here. My name's Allie. I'm in Zone 10, Florida. It's a tropical climate. I'm in a frost-free area. Let's see. Give me 1 second, guys. Trying to get this pulled up on the other phone here. How do I do it? Okay. Did I not do something right on this phone? No. It says it's on. Oh, let me try again. Okay. Beautiful. Now I got it. Oh, sorry, guys. Didn't mean to have the volume on. All right. So that's for me to work on in a minute, but this is what we got here. I'm going to turn this around. These are all the seeds that I'm going to be starting. Not necessarily today because this is going to take more than 4 trays, but this is what we got for this week's work, at least, with all this. So I'm going to do a bunch of the larger seeds today. A bunch of the more delicate stuff, like the lettuces, are all going to be started inside, and that's going to be a couple days before we're ready to go at Trisha's place. So we're going to see what large seeds we got first. I got a brilliant idea to make the tags up all ahead of time, but now they're a big mixed bunch. So I'm going to try and turn these all over. And hopefully so due to the fact that I am in a frost-free zone, but I also want to try and grow a little bit of winter stuff, most of my brassicas are already started. I've already given up completely on having Brussels sprouts or broccoli this year, or cauliflower. I do have a lot of like cabbages and greens that are already started, but we're going to start some more leafy greens as well for cool weather. But for the most part, it's going to be, I guess, warm to cool weather. It's going to be a little bit of a mix. All right, so we got Wando pea. That's this one here. And we got a tag. Oh, actually, I'll keep this down here so I can pour these out. I'm just trying to think if I should plant these 1 or 2 per cell. Yeah, I need to go 2 per cell. So I'm just going to go through and make a nice little depression in there. I don't know if we're going to have enough to do 3 rows, but we shall see. So these are peas. I'm just dropping them in 2 at a time. Oh yeah, there's more than enough to do that. And then what I'm going to do with all these extras as I go is I like to put them inside a bag. Maybe if I can open these things. Good morning, Lucy. Sorry, it's hard to get on here and type. It's hard enough for me to remember to look. All right. And then I just take those and drop them right in. And these will get refiled some point in the next few days. All right, and then I'm just going to push this over top of these. All right, so we got 3 rows of Wando pea. Now we'll try and do 3 rows of the Thomas Laxton pea. I'm gonna move this out of the way. And then same thing, just make a little divot. Oh, a little piece of an acorn there. All right. What kind of seeds were you planting? All right, so same thing. I'm just doing 2 at a time. Oops. Come back from there. All right, and I'll put these in a little baggie. Cucumbers, tomatoes, and vegetables. I guess in the beginning, starting out, it'd probably be easier, especially for the tomatoes, to maybe buy starts, just because it takes quite some time as a baby plant with them. Cucumbers, um, most people direct sow them. I do start them in cell trays just because I start everything in cell trays. My yard's too harsh of a climate for any small plant to really survive right now. They grew a little bit and they died. Um, it it could have been the nutrition that they needed. I don't know if you were get what kind of soil you were using or if you fed them any type of plant food. I use organic slow release plant food in the soil mixes, and it helps feed them. Otherwise, it could be temperatures if it was too hot or too cool for them where you are. But I would say definitely keep trying because, like, I failed at a lot of growing almost everything before I ever grew it. I actually failed at gardening probably several times throughout my life at different times. All right, let's see what else we got as far as larger seeds. I don't know if I want to do those yet. And since I'm in a frost-free zone, I still got time to do, cucumbers, beans, stuff like that. See, a lot of that stuff, small stuff, that I'm gonna have to start inside. Yeah, I go. What I use is it's really cheap. It's from Home Depot. It's called Vigoro Organic Plant Food for Tomatoes and Vegetables. You get like a 12-pound bag for around $15 roughly, and I found that to be the best stuff that works the best and is the most affordable. And literally, I just sprinkle some on when I'm doing the transplants. I don't put it in with the seeds, but as soon as I transplant these seeds into larger cell trays or into smaller pots, that's when I give them the plant food. I mix it right into the soil. I'm going to go ahead and type that in here, though, so in case anybody wants to know the name of it. It's Vigoro Organic Plant Food. Yeah, I just wrote the name of it in case anybody's interested in going and checking it out. I believe Home Depot is literally the only place that carries it. Um, but it happens to be the closest place to my house and it's convenient, so I don't complain about that. That's probably how I found it is I just go to Home Depot. All right. So these are which cucumber is this? Wisconsin SMR pickling cucumber. And these are pretty quick, like 50 to 60 days. So I'm gonna again put 2 in each. Hopefully it'll be cool enough that the bugs have calmed down. It wasn't that case for my pumpkins. Like I had smaller type pumpkins, larger type pumpkins, and every last one of them was eaten by bugs. So hopefully these will survive. Need a couple more. All right. Oh, you're very welcome. I'm glad it was helpful information for somebody. I wish I had started with it years earlier, because I figured, oh, I use compost, oh, I grow my own worms, like all that. No, it's not a full spectrum of what your plants need, and I really swear by that stuff. All right, let's see. All right, we still got quite a few of those left, and that's the Wisconsin pickling cucumber. Okay. Oh, I didn't find a tag for that. There we go. Just pinching these in. And I've already pre-moistened the soil, and then I will probably put a little plastic over these trays because everything dries out and evaporates so quick, which I don't understand as humid as it is. All right, we got 4 rows left. Um, I guess we could try a couple rows of the lima bean. I've never grown these before. It's fordhook 242 lima bush. Oh wow, these are huge. All right, let's hope my tags don't blow away. All right, Lima bush. All right, these are a bit bigger, so I'm actually going to bury those a bit further down. And I'm only going to put one of these. Should I do one more row? Probably. All right, so that's 2 rows of the lima bean. All right, grab a little bag to pour these into. Those are pretty good size beans. All right, so we've only got 4 things in here so far. That's 1 tray down. Let's see. I don't know that I really want to do too much else in here. I guess I could do, I don't know, rattlesnake, pole bean, or royal burgundy bush bean. I don't know. Let's go with Royal Burgundy Bush. Let's see where that tag is. Burgundy Bush. I'm assuming this is just a bush version of the purple potted pole. All right, I'm going to turn this around just to get to this end a little easier. Okay. All right, let's get a little baggie out. Go ahead and put those in there. That's it. All right. Okay. All right, we're going to pinch these shut, and then I'm going to go walk away for just a minute to go put these down and grab another tray. Okay. So that was Royal Burgundy Bush, fordhook lima bean, the Wisconsin pickling cucumber, Thomas Laxton pea, and Wando pea. So I'm going to set these aside. I'm going to grab another tray, get a drink of my iced coffee. All right, guys, I will be right back. Let me just move these out of the way. And then grab those. Give me just 1 second. I'll be right back. Ow. Okay. Grab this from over here. All right, this is just really fine cocoa core. I'm going to go ahead and actually start some of these greens because almost everything I have left over here is stuff to start out in bulk. And then I can do a tray of each on the, well, maybe a half a tray of each on the lettuce. All right, so with these, let's see. We'll start with the red burgundy onion. So I'm going to go ahead, put that tag in here. And that's going to be this entire 6-pack. Okay. I'm losing things. There it is. And what I'm going to do is just pick out any of the bigger pieces because I didn't use my fine sifter. I just sifted it through the bigger mesh. And I'm just going to rough this up and pick out anything big. All right. And what I'm going to do for the onions, go ahead, open those up. And I'm going to grab a nice handful. And I'm probably going to put like 10 to 12 seeds in each spot. It is way late to be starting with seeds, but it's okay. I'll find a shadier spot for them, so if it gets warm, they'll still be okay. All right, and so that's the entire tray of those. I'm going to grab a baggie. All right, so we've still got quite a few onion seeds. We'll do another tray later and pop those in there. And that was red burgundy onion. If you're down here in this area, you got to grow a short day onion. So what I'm going to do now that they're in there is I'm going to press them onto the soil. Just pushing them in a little bit, making sure they're all in contact with the moist soil. And then what I'm going to do after that, make sure nothing's stuck to my fingers, is I'm just going to cover these guys with a nice little layer of cocoa coir, which doesn't have any resistance for them to grow up through. And this is kind of the way I do all my small tiny seeds that might not want to push through anything too solid. I just cover them in really fine cocoa, and those are good. These will get, since they're being covered with that, which is dry, I'll go through and mist over these before I wrap them in plastic. These will get wrapped in plastic and they'll sit inside either my garage, or if we got a spot ready, we'll go ahead and do them also over at Trisha's house at the farm. All right, so this is mammoth basil, one of the basil varieties I haven't grown yet. I think last year was like basil year. I think we had like 8 or 10 different basil varieties going at one time. That and tomatoes. I'm just going to stir these a little more violently. And then maybe take a little bit out. This one didn't have too much room to be able to go back and put cocoa over top. All right. Doesn't look too bad. This is mammoth basil, so let's find a tag. We got mammoth basil right here. All right, let's open these guys up. And again, with these are ones I will divide. So I'm going to put like, 10 or 12 seeds in each one of these. Making sure I don't miss and sprinkle them into the trays down below and get unidentified plants. Drop the rest of those in there and grab a bag. Oh, shoot, they're pouring all over me. Okay, those didn't want to come out. All right, so mammoth basil is all done. Let's go ahead and... Oh, I didn't press them in first. That's all right. This will press them in. All right, so mammoth basil's all ready. Go ahead and give this a stir. Usually I fill them a little bit less when I'm going to be doing this, but I didn't realize that I didn't have that much of the big seeds to do today. All right, next, let's do the broadleaf sage. There's a tag. All right, these I'm putting about 6 or 8 of them in each one. All right, in they go, and we'll grab a little bag and pour them in. It's starting to get redundant today. But we got lots and lots to plant. All right, that was broadleaf sage. Let's go ahead and cover that one up. Pressing them in. Okay. Let's see what's next. We got fennel, some type of German fennel, I'm guessing. Let's see what these look like. Oh, I know what fennel seeds are. I use them in cooking. All right, so we'll just put maybe 3 or 4 of these in each one. Maybe 5, 6. I don't know. I saw a handful of those sprinkle into the ground, so we'll probably be growing those out of the cracks too. Just making sure it's still working. All right, and that is our fennel seeds. All right, tag for that. There we go. All right. Let's see. I guess we can do the pak choi, white stem. First time growing this. All right. And if it's anything like the bok choy, which I've heard that it pretty much is, we're going to eat a lot of these. So we're going to go ahead and probably put 15 or 20 seeds in each spot. Go ahead and cover these guys up. And then, like I said before, I'll just be covering these in the really fine cocoa core. And then we will mist them in just a little bit. I'll cover them in plastic and sit them in the garage. And hopefully we'll have our spot set up at the farm for indoor growing for at least the first couple weeks, because it's just too delicate when you're getting temperatures that are really close to 90 during the day. I got to invest in like shade cloth or an area where I have shade set up. I'm trying to grow a few trees, but that's not an instant fix. All right, that was our pak choi seeds. Let's see, what have we gotten done here today? The pak choi, fennel, sage, mammoth basil, red burgundy onions, royal burgundy bush beans, fordhook lima beans, a couple types of peas, and a pickling cucumber. And that's so far what we've done this morning, and there's still all these to go. All right, what else should I put in here? Oh, this is another one I'm growing for the first time, fenugreek. It's a culinary herb, but it also has a ton of medicinal value, especially in women's health. Oh, I forgot to prep a tray for this. Let me get this little tray ready, pick out a couple of these bigger pieces. All right, and get a tag. All right, fenugreek. Oh, I can't pick it up. There we go. Sun's starting to come out. I'm just putting a sprinkle into each one. I don't know. Oh, crap. I don't want that to happen. It's okay for them to fall on the floor. I don't want them falling in other trays, especially things I haven't grown before, because then I'm going to have to be Googling each plant that pops up to see what it is. Go ahead and transfer those to a bag. Those are some cute little seeds. They're almost like rectangle shaped. All right, that's going to go up there. Cover these up. All right. We got some tatsoi. I think the lettuces, I might just wait on all those, because I think I'm going to put those in 128 cell trays. Okay, where did my little poker go? Rolled under the tray. So I might just wait on the lettuce, because I kind of want to do them in the tiny plugs and keep them inside for like 3 weeks before I can bring them out, because they need to be fairly decent sized plants before they can handle outside here at all. All right, now tatsoi. I love tatsoi, so we're gonna put quite a few of these. I need to harvest seed from tatsoi this year. Last year, we didn't realize we ate all of the plants, and so we didn't get any seed. Okay, one more done. All right, tatsoi gets a tag. I wonder why I spent so much time this morning prepping 4 trays. It doesn't even look like I'm gonna use them. All right, these are lettuces. So there's some scarlet kale, savoy cabbage. I guess these 2 I'll start in here, and the rest of that I'm going to save. So these will be the last 2 we do. Okay, so first we'll do the savoy cabbage. Okay, let's pack these up. We got quite a few of those. All right, that was Savoy. All right, last one. Well, I'll throw something in those trays down here just to use them. All right, this is called scarlet kale. I think it's the same as red Russian kale, but I'm not sure. Let's put these in a bag. All right, I'm going to cover these up. I'm going to put the tag in these guys. And then I'm going to do one final recap of everything I planted this morning. And then it's going to be time to mist these down, wrap them up with a little plastic since I don't have any domes, and put them away. All right, so this is what we got done today. We got scarlet kale, Savoy perfection cabbage, tatsoi mustard, fenugreek, Wisconsin pickling cucumber, Wando pea, Thomas Laxton pea, fordhook lima bean, royal burgundy bush bean, red burgundy onion, mammoth basil, broadleaf sage, some word, German looking, fennel, and pak choi white stem cabbage. And that is what I'm going to call good enough for me for this morning. Um, uh-oh. Actually, I think I know what that is. All right, yeah, that's actually all we're going to go ahead and start this morning. I was going to go ahead and fill that up, but I don't have anything right here handy. So I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to you guys. Thank you for starting seeds with me and following along. I hope any of that information was helpful or it was interesting to watch me start some new stuff. And you guys take care. Be nice to people. Go out and grow something. And I will talk to y'all soon.